Sorry I haven't uploaded any videos lately. I was in Tasmania, um, just doing some self-reflection on my life. I was homeless over there. Um, I was unmedicated, so I took drugs to, self, just to keep me medicated. Not medicated, but calm. Um, yeah. It's been over 2 months since I've had drugs and alcohol. I no longer touch them, and I've lost a lot of weight as well, which I'm really happy of, which I'm really happy about. I think I'm under 100 now, so that's really good. I'm in a new place back in Adelaide, right near the beach. So yeah, and I've got back in contact with my mum. I'm seeing her near the end of the year. So yeah, things are looking good and better for me. I'm just sitting up in bed, keeping warm. Have you all been? Hope you have been well with the you know what going around. I won't mention it, but you can all know. I think you all know by now what it is. Hopefully you've got vaccinated. I have to get my fourth soon. Sorry about that. That was just one of the workers here where I'm staying. But my topic today, I want to talk to you about my thoughts and opinions about a new Donkey Kong game that is in the works that I've read. It'll be good to see if it's maybe a remake of Donkey Kong Country 64 for the Switch, but take out change the collectibles and that, and the character swapping, change that around to make it more beneficial, much better. So yeah, have that, and then for the new one that's coming out, maybe have a Donkey Kong Country game where K. Rool comes back. That'd be good. It'll be really interesting to see what the new Donkey Kong game is. It's been around for Donkey Kong's been around before Mario. Well, technically, round Plumber Man was Mario. Peach was Pauline, and Donkey Kong back then was the main protagonist in the original Donkey Kong game back in the 80s. And then Mario came out a few years later. So yeah, what are your thoughts and opinions on having Donkey Kong 64 come to 64 online, Nintendo 64 online? That'd be good. And then make like a second and a third. So keep the first how it is, how K-Roll ends, but then have a new enemy, new villain in the second, and then what was Redhead? Yeah, in the second Donkey Kong 64 game, have a second villain, and different levels. Maybe Nintendo can split the characters up. You know how they did it in Donkey Kong Country? How they introduced, it was Donkey Kong and Diddy in the first, and then they introduced Diddy and Dixie in the second, and then Tiny and I've forgotten. I think it's Baby Kong or no, I think it's Baby Kong in number 3. But they can do the same thing for Donkey Kong 64. They can they can make 3 games up, split the characters out, and then they can put the characters, they can put the, say, Donkey Kong, put Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and maybe, say, Cranky Kong in Donkey Kong 64 1, Tiny, no, yeah, Tiny, Dixie, and Grandma Kong. Oh, no, she died. I'll change that. Put, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and Grandma Kong in the first Donkey Kong 64 game. So Grandma Kong will be the one that will help, will be the first helper. And then in the second Donkey Kong game, have, you know, for like the saves and all that. Yeah. In Donkey Kong 64 2, have, say, Dixie Kong, Tiny Kong, Candy Kong, and Funky. And then in the third have Chunky, Lanky, Baby Kong and Cranky Kong in the third. And yeah, do something like that. Now, it might not happen, but it'll break up the character swapping, that's for sure. Love to know what you think on that. I think Donkey Kong 64 will be a really good addition to the Nintendo 64 online service. Sorry for before I stutter. That's my speech disability. I get nervous on camera, public speaking and that, so sorry about that. I'm not very good making videos. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to change the collectibles though for Donkey Kong 64. They could simplify it, take some out. They could simplify it. That's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, it's a pretty big game. But I'd like to see how well Donkey Kong 64 runs on the Switch with improved graphics. That would be really good to see. Like maybe keep the original how it is, but then make the second one a little better with different characters, different villains. Maybe make you play as K-Rool and Kremlins, all the enemies. That'd be good to do. I'd love to play as an enemy. So maybe have. I've got a train of thought here. Maybe have one Donkey Kong 64 game as the original, but remastered for the Switch, purely straight out the same. But in the second one, they can make us have a selection of either being the good guys or the bad guys. You know, swap it around a bit. That would be good. Yeah. That'd be really interesting. And then they can like make levels based on the enemies. It'll be good to play as a Kremlin. Be really good to play as a Kremlin. And keep the voice acting. Keep the voice acting, because that was really good on what they had done in Donkey Kong 64, the original, back in the day. That was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed the voiced K-Rool and Kremlins. that was really good. So if they can do that again with the second and third, if they decide to make a second and third, yeah, I'll be happy. Alright. I'd love to hear what your thoughts and opinions are. Maybe we have a themed switch of Donkey Kong when a new game comes out. That would be good. Alright. Leave in the comments as to what your thoughts are of potential opinions of or ideas of Donkey Kong games you would like to see on the Switch. Maybe a remastered version of Donkey Kong 64, or a second and third one of it, or if they made a game where you can play as the enemies, who would you play as? Within all enemies of Donkey Kong series, who would you choose to play as and why? Alright, this is R2D2 signing off. See you in the next video. Bye for now.